episode 9 of the Weaverbirds, where me, Lazykate Textiles, and Heather, the Inquisitive Weaver, come to talk about all aspects of the textile arts. We're both spinners and weavers, interested a little bit in knitting and crochet and everything else as well. So we're really happy that you've come to join us and talk about our last fortnight. We come here every fortnight. We also have a Facebook group, Weaverbirds Facebook group, if you'd like to come and join us on there, where we chat about all the things that we are interested in. So Heather, it's been a busy fortnight for you, has it?
Yeah, it has. I've been busy applying for jobs. Well, not applying, studying, doing interviews and tests and stuff for jobs. So yeah, quite busy. But I've still managed to get some crafting done in my downtime. So yeah, it's been okay, been good. How about you?
Helping to keep you sane?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Keep me sane and relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah, busy as well. We for those of you who don't know, catch up then. I used to be like just a one-woman band, teaching spinning and weaving and doing hand dyeing. And so since COVID-19, I thought that I wouldn't be able to work anymore for health reasons. But my daughter and her friend have joined along with me, and so now they're going to take over the teaching, the face-to-face teaching, and maybe I'll look on to do some teaching online. So this week we've been making sure that the dyes have been all up to scratch, and also finishing off the teaching. And so we did a craft fair on Saturday, and that's the first like artisan market that we've done for ages. So it was on the 1st of August, so that meant I could stop shielding, so I could go and see, and then the girls manned the stall, and it went really well. So there's been a lot of prep for that. Yeah. But we really successful, and lovely to see, lots of other local artists and catch up with them. So it was really nice.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really nice.
Yeah. So are we starting with weaving?
Yeah.
One, hit me with your weaving, Heather.
Oh, so much. Are you ready? Brace yourselves, everyone. Ta-da! It's so embarrassing that I haven't touched my Lower. I've had my little Erica. I've had my place super tidy and organized for various reasons, so I've had to put it out the way, and so it's not easy to access right now, which is a shame. But I sat down and I did a square the other day for my blanket.
Lovely square.
Yeah, I was really excited to get to the green because I was I do like pinks and purples, but I think this colour makes me happier. But
yeah.
So yeah, that's my weaving. Ta-da!
Very nice. Good.
Yeah.
Well, my weaving, I continued with the I'd started a double heddle project, and so that's like quite a few weeks ago now. So it's quite complicated to get set up, but actually it's just fiddly, really, more than complicated. And once you've got going, that's you're on your way. And I think last time we talked about Amy D McKnight and her excellent tutorial on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I was off. I got going. I knew that when in the warp, use a pickup stick. So that for people who don't know, that's a stick that goes at the back. It goes up and down on the rigid heddle. It goes up and down the warp threads, and it misses out warp threads, so you can create new patterns. Yeah. So this particular project, it needs 2 pickup sticks at the back, and I've taken photographs so you'll be able to see. So it was fine. It was working well, even though I knew that the pickup sticks weren't particularly in the right place, and you can see that from how the pattern looks. But it's a 4-row pattern, and on the 3rd row, it's the shed, which is the gap where the shuttle goes through, is quite small. So I kept having to turn the loom on the side to have a look. And one of the time, when I was only about a quarter of the way through, I turned the loom on the side, and one of the pickup sticks fell out. So, oh my word! After it had taken me so long.
Yeah.
But you see, I do have a loom stand, and I also have a table, and I was sitting on the couch with the loom propped up underneath 2 cushions. So, you know, bad workman blades his tools, but there you go. That's why that happened. So I went back and I put the pickup sticks in the right place. When I started to weave again, the pattern was perfect, but because which was amazing, really, seeing as they were, you know, in a different place. The only thing is, the bit between the bit that was wrong and the bit that was right is now caught. So what the point of weaving with a double heddle is to be able to do double the width of your fabric, so you can open that out, which you can see from the picture. But that bit where it's incorrect, it won't open out. So I'm going to carry on, and then I won't have enough for like a shower curtain, which is what I really wanted. But I will have a piece of fabric, and I'm just, after having a few projects that hadn't really gone particularly right, to have something that I've mastered. I don't care that it's, you know, it's not going to be perfect. I'm just so thrilled to have mastered it, and I feel really, really positive about it. So I'm going to carry on regardless, and then just make sure I finish it, really. So looking forward to that. But I hope you can see from the photographs how it's worked. And I would say, you know, for people who feel a bit overwhelmed with it, really have a go. It's a great sense of achievement.
Oh, that's brilliant. Shame that happened, but yeah, it's still brilliant that you got it working and everything.
Well, I get very frustrated, but when things go wrong. But you know, weaving can be complicated, can't it? And as Jane Flanagan, friend of mine who's a weaver, she says, you know, the apprenticeship was 8 years for a weaver. Wow. So you know, so we shouldn't beat ourselves up when it takes us a little bit longer when we're trying to work these things out for ourselves. No, you know, it's not like you've got somebody teaching you all the time. We're getting by on YouTube and things like that, aren't we, at the moment with lockdown? Yeah, exactly. So there we go. So I'm having a little internal celebration.
Yay!
So go on, what about knitting? Have you got any knitting?
I do have knitting, and I've been a little bit stressed, and so I cast on a plain sock.
Comfort socks.
Comfort socks, yeah. So this is a self-striping yarn by the YarnBadger, and it is called Self-Addressed Love Letter, which I thought was very poignant because I'm trying to organise my life, get it back on track again.
Oh,
so I like it. I just don't like this colour section here. I don't know if anyone's seen these little cartoons, and it's like these aliens, and they say things like, actually describe things as is, which makes it really comical. So, and anyway, the comic is in these colours.
Oh, really?
I'll have to put a picture in. I'm sorry for copyright, but yeah. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'm enjoying it. Just doing a very simple plain sock, and then I've got my little stitch marker from Yarnistry, and this is of a frog chair which you can get in Animal Crossing. So it's an Animal Crossing related stitch marker. So yeah, so this has been very nice. I think I'm always going to have to make sure that I've got a plain sock on the go. And then my next project that I have been doing, which maybe a lot of you already know, but so I have been doing this jumper. So this is the Felix pullover by Savory Knitting, and so I'm just on I've got, I think, 8 rows until I have to split for the sleeve, and it's just got a very nice simple lace pattern where the increases are, and to be honest, I absolutely love this jumper, and I can see myself knitting another one. So, and this is in, the yarn is Malabrigo Rio, and I think it's called Reflecting Pool. Now, this is the last part of the skein that I'm knitting on, and I skeined up another 2. I've got plenty to do the jumper, but it's hard for you to tell, but These are actually slightly different shades because there's no dye lot with any of the yarn that I bought. It just had a stamp on them saying no dye lot. And so all the skeins are slightly different, which is what you expect for kind of hand-dyed yarn. And so I was looking at, like, when I transfer over from this last skein to my next one, I think there's going to be quite a stark difference between. And so I'd heard on Sweet Georgia Taking Back Friday vlog by Felicia Lowe and Vullen Vine blog by Kirsten, I think that's her name. But anyway, they were, both of them recently did posts about helical knitting, where you knit with two different skeins at the same time and you kind of do them in a helix. But anyway, I can't describe it. Please look it up. But there's a brilliant, I'll put a link below, because I found a brilliant video by Brooklyn Tweed who describe it perfectly and do diagrams to explain how it's been done, and then very clearly shows you how to knit it. And so that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm just going to do this helical knitting with two skeins. So, even though the skeins may be different, it's blended throughout. But yeah, so helical knitting tutorial by Brooklyn Tweed is really good and explains it so well. I realize there's no way I can explain it very well without diagrams, but so I've actually been really excited to do this. I got fed up with my other jumper because I tried it on a few times and it does fit really nicely. Well, it's tight, it's too tight, but it fits and it does fit, but there's just that part of me that's disappointed because it's quite stretched out. And so I thought I actually did a sample, what do you call it? A gauge swatch.
Sentence square.
Yeah, for this one. So I know it's going to fit and it's going to be perfect. Well, I hope it's going to be perfect. So
it's beautiful. The colour's lovely.
Yeah, it is. This is definitely one of my favourite colours. And I just, honestly, I've tried it on already and it just sits really nicely. And these just look really nice on the shoulders. So so I think it's by Savory Knitting, the pattern. So I really recommend it. And so that's my knitting. That's all I've been doing for knitting.
I tell you, if you do come to move from your flat, the stress of moving, we should see some kind of production line of socks out of you.
I know, right? Sock after sock after sock. You can't see, but just here I've got all my sock yarn, and I've just lined up all my plain socks that are just going to be for plain knit socks, so we can just work through that as I'm packing. Just leave that bit to last.
I'm like that with spinning. If I get stressed, I sit down and spin, and I can actually feel my body sort of like a calm, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to have that to go to, isn't it? If you get so I haven't got any knitting to show, nothing new anyway that's that I can share. So what about spinning? Did you spin anything at 3 o'clock in the morning that's worth showing?
No, so I think I have shown it before. The fibre that I was working on, it's called Neapolitan, the ice cream kind of one.
Oh yeah.
So I was working on that, but this is what I have been working on the other day after I finally submitted the writing test that I did. So I started, I'm afraid it's just been put away because I just had to tidy up earlier. So I had it all laid out ready to show on this program, but never mind. So anyway, so this is, I took the cotton spool out to show you. So this is me spinning cotton on my book, Sharka. And so let me see if I can spin this the right way. So what happens is that the right way? Yeah. This gets spun around and then I spin the cotton on here. So I've actually managed to spin a decent amount, but it's not even, but then I am just practicing because my book Sharka, oh, it's just under my laptop. I shouldn't have put it on the but it definitely needs a drive band. So if anyone knows where I can get a small drive band for the book Sharka, please let me know, because I had a look around and I wasn't sure where to find one. But I think it needs a new drive band, and it needs oiling and things like that. So
is it not like a spinning wheel where you can, is it like a plastic drive band?
So it's got a thick rope drive, but it's got two drive bands. So it's got a thick rope one, which is the one that I want to replace with like a rubber one. And then it's got another string one, which needs replacing because they seem to have put some kind of wax where it joins. And so when I'm trying to spin it, it just stops. And so I was sitting on my living room floor on the rug with my feet holding it down and then one hand like turning the wheel and the other hand pulling the cotton fiber. So just sitting there like in a little like crouched position with my feet. So this is the cotton I've been spinning, and it's just cotton sliver. Do they call it sliver? Yeah. That I got from World of Wool. I know a lot of places do cotton sliver. So Hilltop Cloud posted the other day on Instagram, and she had some really, really beautiful colours, but sadly the ones that I wanted were out. Plus I'm trying not to buy anything, so which is good that they were out then. So this is what I'm spinning. It's I don't know what to say. I'm not sure whether it's hard. It's definitely going to take me a while to get used to doing it and doing it neatly, but I did get to grips with it fairly quickly. I did have a go on the the little spindle thing, and I didn't get to grips with that quickly, so that's why I moved on to this. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I'll definitely set it up soon. But yeah, I'm very excited.
Cotton sliver. I've spun, or I tried to spin cotton fiber not long after I'd first started spinning. Yeah. So that's a long time ago. And I really found it so difficult that in the end I gave up. And it just occurred to me that I might still have a big bag of it in I've got a big like basket box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might still have some there. So cotton sliver as opposed to cotton fiber, two very different things, aren't they? Yeah. And but I think it might be interesting to have a little look at that and compare,
what is the difference between the fiber and the sliver?
Well, the fiber is like it is like, as you imagine cotton on a plant. Yeah. It's all bobbly and you have to. There's a definite knack to spinning it, and you have to like sort of have it at an angle and I probably, when I tried, when I first started spinning, I tried all kinds of things, flax and cotton and this, that and the other, and maybe because I wasn't experienced enough, if it was too hard, I just gave up. Yeah. And I went back to spinning flax. I just left flax for years and years. I went back to it, and I was like, oh, this is fine, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So I'll see if I can root out that cotton fiber, and then maybe you could have a go at that and do a bit of a comparison.
Yeah. So because I really would like to try spinning this on my normal wheel, so I might give that a go. But the staple is extremely short.
Yeah.
You can see. Plus, I've just been, because I've been playing with this, there's like loads of little pieces just floating around.
It'll get up your nose and in your eyes.
Yeah.
I was having a look on World of Wool. Was it yesterday or the day before? I see they've got rose fibre.
Yeah.
And I'd like to have a go at that. It's supposed to be quite similar to bamboo, which I've got quite a lot of bamboo.
If we just pause 1 second. No, so this one is rose fibre tops.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so if you want, I could pass this over to you if you wanted.
Oh yeah, let's have a go.
Yeah. Because I think I got banana fibre and all kinds. So I just wanted to try them.
Yeah. Well, I've got banana fibre, I've got bamboo, and I've got soybean, which are all pretty similar.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of like a sort of a camely colour. But I'd love to have a go at spinning that.
Yeah.
I'll
pop this over.
Okay, I'll swap you some cotton fibre for some rose fibre.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Deal.
Well, I finished spinning my sort of tweedy colour, and so that's that. It's much more brown than I thought it was going to be, but I do think it might, if I weave it up, it might look nice on some kind of garment.
Yeah.
So I'm still thinking of a waistcoat for that. So I decided to try something totally different, so I went with that. I didn't want to go with purple, even though that is, look at that, even though that is right there. And I want to spin that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. So I'm spinning this. So I've got 2 bobbins that full, that far. And so that is, again, because I want to be able to use it, I'm spinning it all 4-ply, which I have to say is getting a bit boring now. But hopefully it'll all be usable. So for a bit of a change, Sophia, who's coming to do the weaving, she wants to do a really heavily textured wall hanging. So we had a little visit to Chester Wools about a fortnight ago, and so she got some really, I think it's gone down to dye. I think it's but quite sort of chunky yarn to have a go in her wall hanging. So to go with that, she said, would I spin her some textured yarn? So it was really lovely to spin some thick and thin yarn. So what I do, I don't know if spinners do this, but when I'm spinning thick and thin, I have a bobbin, like sort of with yarn this sort of size, this sort of thickness, and then I do the next one obviously really, really thick, like it goes through the orifice, really, really thick, and then I hold that thin yarn tight, like core spinning, and I let the other one sort of like coil over it. So that's how I do it. So it was really nice. It was really nice to have a go at something else.
It's really
so
fun. You can do it so quickly as well, can't you?
I know, whereas the other ones you're there for ages, aren't you? So I'm really looking forward to that. And I do have somewhere a jumbo flyer, which will make it a lot easier to get a whole lot of fibre and spun. So I'll be really interested to see what she produces with that.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So that's my spinning. I've enjoyed it. But I do think to have something to go to I've been needing to cough and yawn all the way through. So to have something to go to when you are stressed. Can you hear that noise?
No.
There's peregrine falcons nesting. Well, they're not nesting now. They're nesting now. There's peregrine falcons. Somebody's just told me before that the other day outside where all the containers are here, they attacked a pigeon. So they actually came down here where people are, and and he said it was absolute carnage. but we've been watching them, the peregrine falcons.
Nice.
So, and they make a horrible noise, horrible screeching noise. So there we go, things that go on around here on the dock. Oh, there was a seal in the Mersey. Did you
really?
know?
Oh, that's cool.
Seal, I've got a friend who's working in the Bramley-Moor dock, which is the site where Everton's going to be. So they're doing a lot of like sort of clearing work and construction work. And he took a photograph out onto the Mersey, a little seal in the Mersey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So any other projects on the go?
For me, that is currently it.
Well, we've got for the girls, obviously the girls have got a dummy run on Saturday. So there's been lots of preparation for that. But they've also the way that we're going to operate is that we're going to have a section of base colours, and so the girls have re-dyed those, and then there'll be these limited editions, so there'll be different coloured yarns of interest, and so we're really looking forward to that. So these are the colours. They're similar to the colours that I had before, but my colours were very muted and tonal, and I did enjoy that, but it is time for a change. And so these colours are a little bit brighter. So we've got some brighter yellow and a teal, and then we've got some brighter little colours. And so they work together. So they work together in the that.
It's gorgeous.
So it's very exciting. It's very exciting. So I really wish the girls the best on Saturday. They've got a class of 6, and who are all going to give very harsh feedback. So we'll
That's
see.
very exciting.
I know. So I have to stay away.
Oh,
It's going to kill me, Heather.
yeah.
But I'll do it. I'll do what I'm told.
Good,
yeah.
Good.
So what's your plan for the next fortnight?
So I want to start the helical knitting, carry on knitting the sock, and then I'm going to make sure I actually schedule time to do my weaving. So just pull out the loom out of the way, because it can easily go back and forth really, but it's just because it's out of the way, it makes me think that's a lot of effort. And definitely do some weaving, and then spinning, just keep trying to master spinning cotton. Because that's what.
Well, I'll see if I can find my cotton and I'll pass it over to you.
Brilliant.
All right, well, have a good fortnight.
Your plans?
Oh, what am I going to do? Yeah. What am I going to do? I am going to finish that weaving.
Yeah.
The double heddle weaving. I'm going to do some more of this heavily textured yarn, and I'm going to, that's about it really. I was just about to say something that I was going to do, but I think no, I'll limit it, because I can start running away with ideas that will have no chance of being fulfilled. So I'll leave it like that. I'll finish the spinning as well.
Okay.
So that's 3 things. That's enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll have to come back and rewatch this to remember what I said I'll do.
I know. I bet when we look through, we've made so many promises about so many different things.
Yeah, never complete anything.
Yeah. Oh well.
I will have a good fortnight, Heather. Don't get too stressed.
You too. And I'll see you soon.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.